Greater Lagos. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àjùmọ̀ṣe ni.
Lagos is a major hub for industrial and commercial activities in Nigeria. Even though it is the smallest of all the states in terms of landmass, most national and international companies have their major branches in the city. This influx of industries is the reason Lagos is financially viable, with its capacity to generate over 75% of its revenue independent from federal grants. In 2021, Lagos was said to have generated a total of 267.2 billion naira in internally generated revenue, ranking it as the highest in the country. A bulk of this IGR is obtained from a variety of sources, including manufacturing, transport, construction, wholesale, and retail. The manufacturing industry is a major significant part of Lagos' economic landscape, with production varying from food, beverages, tobacco, pharmaceuticals, rubber and foam, chemicals, cement, plastic, steel and fabricated metal products, paper products, electrical and electronics, textile manufacturing, furniture and wood products, motor vehicle and assembling plants. Recently, the state governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was at the commissioning ceremony of yet another addition to the Lagos manufacturing space, an automobile engineering plant, a collaboration between the University of Lagos and Nord Automobile. This is the first of its kind. A move like this is made possible because of the government's constant commitment to creating a conducive environment that ensures business growth, in turn bringing further development to the state's economy. Welcome to another episode of Greater Lagos. My name is Lucy Lugbe, your anchor on the show. On today's episode, we will be delving into the government stride in the past 3 years in the commerce and industry sector, evaluating what these government projects are and how they translate to building 21st century wealth for Lagos. Stay with us.
Greater Lagos. Greater Lagos.
This administration's goal for Lagos is for it to become one of the world's best investment destinations, an ambition that has made Lagos to be considered the Silicon Valley of Africa, attracting top investments across various industries, from health to e-commerce, real estate, entertainment, automobile, technology, hospitality, and so on. In recent times, there has been a notable reduction in economic investments around the world due to global financial crisis, the COVID pandemic, and rising inflation, which has caused many investors to downturn. However, despite these challenges, Lagos has experienced a tremendous amount of investment benching, between 75 to 86% of foreign investors coming into the country, and in the last 5 years has recorded steady increase in its revenue, with the understanding of the role of private sector as engines of growth for any economy. The administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has put in place policies to enable the ease of doing business in the state.
We cannot, at this time, still be caught in the myth of just mindless cut and paste from other territories and jurisdictions. Yes, we need to learn from what is happening around the world. We must emulate and be inspired by other nations and other jurisdictions. But indeed, at the end, we believe that we'll be laying a foundation of deep local context and adaptation that will truly, really work for Lagosians. And as the race for the future intensifies, we know that global cities interestingly play a critical role in defining their nation's progress and prosperity. According to the World Bank, and you have listened to also a big expert from the IMF this morning, over 56% of global population reside in cities. Indeed, it's been estimated it will be close to 70% by the year 2050. And about 80% of global GDP currently are generated in cities. And so Lagos, you can see, has a prime manifestation of these statistics, with a GDP that has been pushed, and will continue to see it, to be the 6th or the 7th largest in Africa, meaning that if Lagos were a country, it certainly would stand among the first 10 on the continent of Africa. This is our own unwavering promise to you all, as a government and your government, that will provide that required leadership to move us from just an idea to an action, to move us to be able to transform Lagos from just a mega city to a model mega city that is safe, that is secure, that is globally competitive, and a truly, truly resilient city that works for all.
It is the largest city-state in terms of population in Africa, with over 25 million people occupying about 0.4% of the national space, with over 30% of it occupied and covered by water bodies. It is also the melting pot of cultures, as over 500 languages are spoken by people who call Lagos their home, their place of residence, and their place of business. It is indeed the economic powerhouse of Nigeria. If Lagos was a country, it would be the 6th largest economy in Africa. In terms of resilience, Lagos is rated AAA by Fitch, a rating upgrade. I think Lagos deserves a round of applause for that. It's important to note that this rating upgrade is coming at a globally challenging time, where a lot of countries and economies are being downgraded. Your Lagos, my Lagos, our Lagos is being upgraded at this time, and it's a demonstration of the commitment of governance leadership, and also the contribution and the participation of the good people of Lagos. Lagos is home to about 80% of the headquarters of Nigeria's leading enterprises. It is host to the highest accumulation of national brain power in our state. So with all of that combination, it is really difficult for Lagos to think in any other way apart from to just succeed.
One of such investment traction projects for Lagos is the Lekki Free Trade Zone, a joint equity investment project between the Lagos State Government and the Toleram Group. The 155 square kilometer edifice is divided into residential, industrial and commercial areas. The commercial part is expected to house markets, hotels, amusement parks, golf course, hospital, school and a cultural park, while the industrial section is open to manufacturing, warehousing and logistics investors.
A place like Alaro City, the concept is to have a work, live and play kind of design. So it's not just for residents alone, it's supposed to also have opportunities for businesses, for factories, for a lot of offices, so that the entire ecosystem, you can indeed be a resident, you can be a worker, and you can have your residence and your accommodation also there. And so Alaro City is also backing the port. It's backing the Lekki Free Port that we're doing. It's backing the fertilizer and the refinery that's also there. So all of them, they need people. Tens of thousands of jobs will be created once all of those things are completed next year. So we need to think, how to have development in those areas.
The equipment that we're going to bring to the port will be the largest ship-to-shore cranes that have ever been in Nigeria. They will have the capability of in excess of 30 moves per hour, which is double the capacity of what a Papa and Tin Can can currently produce. The water depth here is 16.5 metres and the turning circle is 16.5 metres. It will enable the largest ships in the world, container vessels, to be accommodated at Lekki Port. The terminal itself will be fully automated through its systems, which is a first for Nigeria as well. The capacity of the terminal will be 1.2 million TEU, which is basically the capacity in total of Nigeria today.
Lekki Port is unique in the sense that it's a free port operating in a free zone. So that implies that companies that operate here have direct access to the port. So we expect more investments in that light to come into the Lagos free zone and other free zones in this environment. And also we have so many, more than 50 of such enterprises here operating in this axis of Lagos. The implication of the port is that there is easy access to other free zones. We have the Dangote refinery, we have the Lekki free zone, we have Alara free zone and other free zones in Lagos State. This is the biggest such facility in the whole of West Africa. This port is going to have a multiplier effect on the Nigerian economy. This port is going to employ thousands and thousands of Nigerians. The multiplier effect is amazing. The figures show us that in about 40 years' time, we'll have turned over $461 billion for this investment. So you can imagine the impact on the GDP, the multiplier effect, the money is going to put into the pockets of the ordinary Nigerian.
Lekki Free Trade Zone is home to the Alaro City project, an integrated mixed-use city occupying 2,000 hectares in the Lekki Free Trade Zone. The zone has also attracted over 60 big conglomerates like Boa Group Starium, Mantra Caterpillar, Ariel Foods, and so many others. Another notable investment in the zone is that it houses the largest single-train refinery in the world, Dangote Refinery. Occupying 2,500 hectares of the land, the refinery is said to have capacity of providing about 135,000 jobs for Lagosians. The Lekki Deep Sea Port project is also situated on this zone. The project is Nigeria's biggest and most important deep sea port, a conceptualized solution to Nigeria's need for better designed port facilities in tune with increased cargo traffic, and overworking of the port would initially handle close to 1.5 million 20-foot equivalent units of containers annually, but these would be upgraded to 2.5 million TEUs in the future. This seaport project has enormous capacity not only to stimulate the Lagos economy, but also help to boost Nigeria's economy up to the index of the largest economies in the world. As a response to the significant economic growth and infrastructure development anticipated, the Lagos State government has foreseen huge traffic, which is why the federal government has given Lagos the license to build an airport in this area.
In this city, which houses about 26.7% of our national GDP, housing our stock exchange, 200 financial institutions, 25 million people on 5,377 square kilometers of landmass, plus Eco-Atlantic, plus all the industries, the rich culture, the tradition, the history, the tourist attraction, the AO festival, and so on and so forth, needs to be connected to the world to continue to be the center of the economy, of the activity of the country Nigeria. And the only way you can link this city of Lagos to the world is obviously not the only way, but the best way to connect it is by infrastructure and especially civil aviation. So when His Excellency the Governor approached us in Civil Aviation Ministry and said he wants to build an airport in Lagos, another airport, I said, yes, this is a huge step in the very right direction. And the reason is simple. Like I said, I'm a Lagosian. In my days of Lagos, the terminal point is Maroko Sam Field. When you go there, you only go to mechanic to do panel beating for you. That's it. Or when you are like me as a boy that time, you go to Lekki or Eleko Beach, the new beach at that time. But today, from here, all the way to after VGC, all the way to Ekpe, it's Lagos. The expansion is astronomical, it's huge, it's big. The ideas and the side of the economy is good and big. So you need to continue to link Lagos, not only with Nigeria, but with Africa and the world. So if you look at all these financial institutions, the 200 industrial estates and the Eco-Atlantic and so on and so forth, there must be a way that these people will come in and out of Lagos on another alternative, which is the airport in Lekki. Your Excellency, Mr. Governor, this is a huge step in the right direction. We didn't waste time to give the approval, and we're happy to present the certificate today. We in Civil Aviation Ministry are pleased to issue out this approval to Lagos State, and with a prayer that may it be beneficial to Lagos, to its people, its future, its fortune, to the country and to humanity. Your Excellency.
It's all about partnership. You can see a real partnership with the federal government through the Ministry of Aviation, but the real beneficiaries are the citizens, are the businesses that we're trying to activate more, and so we're doing business to government to business and business to business, and that's how you develop economics like this, give them a platform where infrastructure, things that are government, related, give it to them and give them the opportunity for their business to be able to thrive. This infrastructure will reduce journey time, will make Lagos, easily and better accessible, and people can make better, local and international business decision given all the investment that have happened, in that area.
The government has also commenced the construction of a 6-lane road from the zone through Eleko all the way to Aja. As a government that deeply cares about the welfare of its citizens, the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration has explored these projects with Lagosians in mind. Citizens of the mega city share their thoughts.
The Dangote refinery, a refinery, we've got 4 refineries which are, becoming moribund, so to say, these days, because most of them have been built several decades ago. So they are aging. There have been several turnaround maintenance that the government has done on them, but it still hasn't been working. The population of Nigeria keeps growing, and the demand for petrochemicals and other petroleum products, the demand keeps going up. That has made it imperative for the country to depend on foreign refining of these products so that they will be shipped back to Nigeria. But with the Dangote refinery, which we are told it's going to be the biggest in Africa, the largest in Africa, what it means is that we will get sufficient quantity of petrol, diesel, and other petrochemicals that are needed in this country. What it means is that many more people would also be employed. There will be tremendous positive economic impact that will also have. So by the time you look at the positive impacts of the two, you'll see that Lagos will be the major beneficiary, the first direct beneficiary.
The final aim of the government is to transform the Lekki Free Trade Zone into a modern, multifunctional township. One, when achieved, will create millions of jobs for the citizens, improve their standards of living, increase Lagos' infrastructural development, and indeed take Lagos to the zenith of its economic potential.
Greater Lagos.
Lagos is indeed fast becoming a top destination for investors and industries, especially because Lagos is blessed to have a visionary and business crusader at the helm of affairs in person of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The presence of these investments translates to more jobs for the youths, higher revenue generating capacity, and better quality of life for the citizenry. Till we come your way next time, I am Lucy Lugbe. Bye-bye.
Greater Lagos. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àjùmọ̀ṣe ni.